eggshell powder. It's magical. Hey Garden Maters, welcome to Corner Homestead. So spring is here and the chickens are ramping up their production on all of their eggs. I have more eggs than I know what to do with. So last night I took 4 dozen of eggs and I put them into the dehydrator. But did you know that this little egg has so much more potential than powdered? So in this bowl I have all the eggshells from the 4 dozen of eggs, 48 eggs. And I am going to turn all of these eggshells into powdered eggshell. There is so much that you can do with powdered eggshells. So let me show you the process of powdering the eggshells, how easy it is to do. And stay with me, because at the end of this video, when I'm done powdering them, I'm going to tell you all the ways that you can use powdered eggshell. If you don't already know, I think you're going to be in for a huge surprise on just how much you can do with powdered eggshells. So let's get started. So last night I cracked all of the eggs. Of course, I blended them, put them into the dehydrator, and then I took all of the eggshells and I washed them. That's the first thing you need to do, is wash your eggshells. I always do up a sink full of water, put the eggshells in there, and you will see all of the slimy little egg white parts floating into the water. And then you want to rinse them out really, really well, because inside of the egg is going to still be the membrane. You want to just rinse them out as good as you can. If you run your finger in it as you're rinsing them, the membrane is just going to like roll and come right out. So now that they are all clean, the next thing we need to do is get them into a pot of water onto the stove. You need to boil these. Once it comes up to boil, you time it for 15 minutes. So the reason to boil the eggshells is to kill the bacteria, all the bacteria in them that could possibly cause salmonella. You know salmonella is the enemy. We don't want it. So every day I do mark my eggs, just so I can keep track of what day they were born. And then I know to use the oldest eggs first. I just take a Sharpie pen and I mark the date on the eggs. This is not going to hurt. If you do this, it will not hurt this process at all. So don't worry about trying to take the date back off. It's not going to hurt. Trust me, it's not going to hurt. Okay, so a good pot of water, added all my eggshells into it. As soon as this comes up to boil, you want to time it 15 to 20 minutes. So you can see these just started coming to a boil, and you can see all of this foam that comes off of them, even though they were well rinsed. This is why you want to boil them. So now for 15 minutes, I'll let them go, and then I'll drain them, and we'll do the next step. Okay, so I got a baking dish, and I just lined it with some tin foil. You can use wax paper or parchment paper. I just choose to line it. I just like to line them up upside down. So all of the eggs I had, all 48, was enough to do almost 2 whole trays. This much is left of the second tray. So I'm going to put both of these trays into the oven. They go in at 250 degrees, and we want to bake them for 25 minutes. Growing up, we used to put eggshells, crack the eggs, put the shell into a gallon jug, raw, fill it with water, feed your plants with that water. Stunk terrible, but it was so good for your plants. So now that they're done, we want to let them completely cool. Then we can powder them. So now the only thing left to do is to powder them up. I always use my coffee grinder to do these jobs, just because it does such a much better job with this than it does with my blender. But you could do this in a blender if you wanted. You're just not going to get as fine as a powder. So all we have to do is put the eggshells in and grind. And if your eggshells are not 100% dry, you want to put them back into the oven and bake them a little longer until they are completely dry. They need to be perfectly dry. This is going to plume when you take off the lid. Just a little warning. Don't do this in any kind of a cross breeze. That is perfect. I'm just going to put all of this in I got a half pint jar here. One good thing about this is you don't have to strain it like you would do if you were making powdered eggs, because I'm just using this for the plants and the chickens and cleaning. You don't have to strain it. If you were gonna take it for ingestion, internal for you or your pets, then I would suggest straining it and grinding it to the finest powder that you could get. One other thing, this has a smell to it. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but there is a smell to this. Not that it's a bad smell, but it's not a very pleasant one either. We're just gonna keep filling and grinding until I get all of my eggshells done. So you can see this half pint jar, it is filled to the top, but it's very fine. You can see it plumes everywhere, so you really want to be careful. I'm gonna put on the lid. And there we have one full half pint of eggshell powder. Okay, so now what on earth could eggshell powder be good for? So first of all, if you are calcium deficient and you want to try this, you can consume it. You can put it into smoothies, a small amount into your smoothies, into your morning oatmeal, anything like that. Just a small amount a day is all you would need. But hey, I am not a doctor, so if you want to ask your healthcare professional about it first, please, I urge you to do so. But this can be taken internally. But that is why you have to make sure that they are completely clean, boiled, and dried to kill all bacteria. You don't want to risk getting sick. You might want to try it, you might not. You might want to ask your healthcare professional about it first. Now the same is true for your pets. You can give it to your dogs and your cats. Just mix in a half teaspoon per pound, per 1 pound of food. I always give this to the chickens. I mix it in with their feed, and it keeps their eggshells strong, keeps the eggs healthy, and it helps them as well, especially during times when they are molting. They need that extra calcium. And for the chickens in their feed, you would mix 1 tablespoon per pound of food. Okay, gardening. You can use this on your plant. You can sprinkle this powder around the calcium-loving plants like your tomatoes. Don't you know? Garden maters. Tomatoes, peppers, any of your house plants, they will thrive with this calcium. I'm telling you, they will love this powder. It prevents calcium deficiency in your plants. So just sprinkle a little bit around and then water it in. Or you could put some in a gallon of water and mix it up and water your plants. It's that easy. If you have a compost pile, you can put this into your compost. Now the best part about this, you can use it also in skincare. Skincare. You can make a DIY toothpaste with this powder. I've never done it, but if you go online and you look for a remineralizing toothpaste recipe, you can use this powder in it. And you can also mix it with natural ingredients to create an exfoliant skincare product. Again, have not tried that yet, but they say mix it with the ingredients, natural ingredients, to make a recipe for exfoliation. One other thing you can really do with this is to make a cleaning paste, and I have done this and it works great. You take some of the eggshell powder, mix it with water and a little bit of dish soap, not much, a few drops, and you use it as an abrasive to clean all kinds of things. You can clean your oven with it, anything that you would want an abrasive cleaning product for. And if you want it to smell really good, mix in a little bit of lemon juice. That's all you have to do, and I'm telling you, it is a great cleaning product. The eggshell powder will just scrub all of that dirt and grime away. It's really, really good. I told you, there is a lot you can do with eggshell powder. You don't want to throw them in the trash. So there you go, garden maters, a whole half pint of eggshell powder, and like I showed you, it is completely full. If you are wanting to ingest this internally for your own supplemental use or for the supplemental use of your pets, your dogs, your cats, you would want to strain it just a little bit better and put back in the larger pieces to get a finer powder. You want it perfectly fine if you're doing that. Always use it in moderation, and again, if you are hesitant, be sure to ask your healthcare provider first before you start ingesting it for supplemental reasons. So I hope you decide to make some eggshell powder, if for nothing else, for the cleaning purposes. I'm telling you, it's great. A little bit of water, a little bit of dish soap, a little bit of lemon juice if you want the smell, or essential oils for other smells. I'm telling you, it's going to clean so good. No matter what you scrub with it, it's going to do a really good job. So as always, it's a pleasure. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Love to have you as part of the community. Love to watch the garden majors grow. So until next time, I love y'all. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. And yes, when I do my eggs, when I take them from the chickens, and I feel so bad because I'm stealing their children. Not. I don't have a rooster to put more powdered eggs down into my basement in my emergency food supply that I could probably live on for at least 50 years. I've got so many eggs. I'm telling you, so many eggs. Now one thing, oh God, see, pluming. But the plants, like I said, they love it the way it is. They love stinky eggshell water. Like I said earlier, if you're going to make that, please have a clothespin nearby, because the longer it sits, the better it is for your plants, but the worse it is for your nose. It's 4 o'clock. Time for tea.